Hello, what's up? Turkish Films here. Welcome to Daily Chess, Episode 9. Today we are going to be playing some 10-minute chess. And currently I am 1651, and we're playing against a 1684 from Egypt. That is right, they're from Egypt. Let's get into it. D4, we have the Horowitz defense. C4, and we just transpose into a Queen's Gambit Declined. And we're going to play Catalan stuff. Let's do it. Let's get right into it. H6. H6 is a weird move. H6 is a weird move. We'll play Queen C2. Normally Bishop E7 here is the move you're supposed to play. But he didn't play it. Yeah, so this move I'm going to claim is just a waste of time. And I'm just going to play normally. He offset the tempos a little bit of the game. But, yeah, I should just be a tempo up here in this position. And should be totally happy to play it. This bishop might live on, I was going to say might live on this square, but he took that square from me. So here, I'm deciding between rook to d1 and knight to b2. And I think knight b to d2 is more important at the moment. We really want to get this e4 break in if we can. And e4, there's an immediate threat of e5 as well. So he'll have to deal with this bishop and this knight and the relationship between those pieces. So castles, I'm coming in with e4 really hot right away. And if b6, the same thing is going to happen. And if b6, my temptation is to go rook to d1, because in order for this bishop that's here challenging my bishop to do anything, the center has to be opened. And this is sort of a similar plan. I think he's going for that. So I don't see a problem with just stopping it. Here, takes, and then we can pin it. I don't think this is the right plan for him. So he's playing on the edge, so I should play in the center. I think I don't know if I should dignify him by playing a4. a4, b5. A captures b5. We have an attack on this pawn. If he takes here, can't I just take here? Takes. So again, he's given up 2 pawns. I've given up 2 pawns, and then I just steal the a7 pawn away from him. Is there a problem with that? Or do I play... Oh, no. I don't worry about this, because I'm going to play c5 anyway. Of course, e4. Yeah, he can't play b5, because b5 gets met with c5. So maybe he's going to play b6 and get his bishop over. He's just getting off the diagonal. That's fine. So I'm threatening to play e5. So hopefully our opponent will see it. And if bishop here, I think I'll play this anyway. Okay, he took. I take. He's going to take. I'm going to take. He's going to put his other knight there. I'll bring my queen back here. Wow. Okay. So, we have a position. Bishop f4 just immediately looks very good. Rook d1 looks good as well, but I think bishop f4 is a little bit more pressing. Because after takes here, I think it's bishop f4. That gives up a pawn. Yeah, and then the center gets opened. So he was supposed to be quickly developing and castling. Okay, maybe he didn't see that. Maybe he did see it? Okay. Very good. So now we definitely have a position on our hands. We're up in exchange for nothing. We're just up in exchange. So now, what do we want to do? We want to keep our development, right? And we want to keep playing. So here, I want to bring a rook to the center. I'll bring this rook. Then it's subject to this move here. So we'll play this move here. Lining up with the queen. Makes a lot of sense. He has the 2 bishops. so we have to maybe keep the position not super open. Move like c5 seems a bit premature at the moment. I'm trying to figure out where my pieces go. I think my knight definitely goes there. That'd be very pleasing because then that pawn becomes a little weak, and we don't want this knight. He does not want that knight to stay there to defend. So I don't know if we're going to go... Yeah, he has to bring it back. He has to waste another turn to bring it back in the game. So now I'm contemplating playing e4. Let's see. If he pushes one of the pawns, and I push the other one, takes, and my rook's there. That's a good rook move, huh? So now he really can't move this pawn because knight takes here. Oh, then I have to move this knight with a discovered attack. So my other knight has to move first. Here. He can't take it, right? Because if he takes, I take back with the pawn. His knight's attacked and his queen's attacked, so he has to move the knight backwards. Then I get f4 in for free. This seems good. Developing my pieces towards the center. Quite strong. Okay, queen here attacks this pawn. It's true. Ooh, also, if he gets a take here, and I take back, he can take that pawn. So I don't really want to have to give up this beautiful knight. But like I said, if I defend here, then I'll take this. So I think I gotta take here, which is a little bit sad. But a3 is a move I wanted to play anyway, so now I get to play a3, which is good. Stops the bishop from coming in, so my other rook can develop as he wants to. Also, the pawn was hanging, so this makes it not hanging anymore. I can't play b4 yet because this pawn's hanging, so maybe there's going to be a rook lift at some point in the future. Yeah, still just up in exchange. Queen here would attack a pawn. But it seems like he's given me b4. And I think I would really like to play b4. That's why I played a3. If b4, a5, then I can push here. His knight would live here. Let's just develop our pieces. I don't see him having a dramatic threat here. So far, I'm just up in exchange with more central space. My rooks are very active. I just gotta keep his pawn moves in mind. Yeah. So if b5 now, which I'd like to play, if he plays this, and I take, and he takes, this pawn's hanging, and I've sort of weakened myself a little bit. Can I come up with a threat? I think I gotta play b4 to fix the issue of this being a hanging pawn. Or it makes it a hanging pawn, but it puts it off to the edge of the board, and I'm just taking a lot of space here in the center. That's a check, so I gotta keep that in mind. Yep. And I definitely want to close down the position because he has two bishops. So if it's a close position where he has two bishops, then I'm better. So let's close it down. Wait, if I take, he can't take back. So he just hung the pawn. Yeah, if I take, he takes back. Then I'm going to take here, and I can take there. That's sort of silly. Okay, now the pawn's not hanging anymore. Take here with check. And then take this pawn. Take it with the bishop. Well, we're attacking a bishop, so he's got to move the bishop. And after he does so, move like this maybe. Do we have to defend here? Sir? Okay. And that's a resigns. So a really interesting game. We'll look at the theory later, but here's just running through so you guys can see. a Horowitz transposed to a Queen's Gambit Declined. I started playing Catalan. He threw in h6. I played just like I normally would, as if he'd played bishop e7, which is the move I was expecting. We got a pretty normal position with bishop d6. We broke in the center, like we should have. He dropped an exchange. We kept playing, and at some point here, he had hung a pawn. 2 pawns, and then he also hung a bishop for some reason. So that was the game, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Looking forward to the analysis later today. And as always, in addition to studying your opening theory and mastering the endgame, stay Turkish.